Look at how far down my glasses are from my eyes. My lashes are big, okay? Hello guys, and welcome back to your girl's channel. So in today's video, we are going to be tackling my everyday makeup routine. Now this look is all about the base. We ain't doing no type of shadow, none of that. This is just all about that flawless, impeccable base. Oh my god, the face I'm making in this first clip is hilarious. Yeah, and this is gonna be our intro for today because I, like a dumbass, forgot to film one, so this gonna have to do anyways. If you want to see my everyday makeup routine, please keep on watching. Okay, let's get this started. So here I am just adjusting my shirt. I don't know why. Clavicle, gotta show my clavicle. So first thing first, we're gonna start off with primer. I double prime, I always double prime. So the first primer I'm going to use is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More, and the second one is the Wet n Wild mattifying primer. So I'll take the Dr. Brandt one and I just put that around my nose because that's literally where all my pores are. And then I go around on top of that with my Wet n Wild primer and I put that everywhere else. Moving on to brows. Now, my product of choice would have been the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, but your girl ran out. So instead, I used my NYX Tame Frame, and I used my ABH dipbrow pomade in Ebony. I'll leave everything down in the description below if I didn't mention the color. I have extremely oily brows, so I have to set them with powder first. And to all my people who do their brows first before their base, you are the top 10% of the beauty community. You are the top tier of the beauty community. It takes a certain level of intricacy, hand-eye coordination, wrist control to be able to put on your foundation around your brows. So if you are one of those people, you are my people. You are who I with. You are unclockable, and that's all I have to say on that matter. All I'm saying is that Makeup by Mario did James's eyebrow before he did his base. So tea, classic blend. Anyways, back to the video. Y'all aren't gonna get to see me do my eyebrows because I did that off camera, and when I went to go turn it back on, it wasn't in focus. Here I go explaining what happened further. Long story short, your girl had to take her makeup off because I wasn't in focus. So let's do this one more time. But anyways, we're moving on to the foundation. Listen, if you don't have this foundation, you are missing out on life. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Foundation. Love this. Listen, this was heaven sent by the gods from up above. I don't know what kind of witchcraft NARS put in this foundation, but all I'm saying is that everyone in the mama needs to experience this foundation, okay? But we're not going to be using it for this video because I ain't got $50 to be spending all willy-nilly. So we're going to save that foundation for the summertime when people are actually going to see me. That's right. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using my second favorite foundation, which is the Milan 3-in-1 Concealer. And listen, I literally take 2 pumps and that covers my entire face. I always use my finger to spread majority of all of my foundations out. And then I go in with my Sigma F80 brush to blend out the rest of my face. This is so I can have the utmost coverage from all of my foundations. Make sure, sis, you blend down your neck because that flash photography will snitch on you, okay? And before y'all come for me, I don't want to hear y'all telling me that this foundation is too dark. I know. I sees it. I am not blind. Thank you. It's my summer color. Next, we're moving on to concealer. I'm using the Fenty concealers in 390 and 480. And Miss Rihanna, we need to have a little discussion. These concealers are bomb. Listen, she walked into that meeting and she was like, hear ye, hear ye. Hold on, that is 19th century court hearing. She was not in a court hearing. She was in a business meeting. She walked into that meeting and was like, everybody, I need y'all to listen up. I have seen my sisters out in the streets and they need help. They have designer bags underneath their eyes from all these parties and all these fuckboys. So I propose to you in concealer. And I'm pretty sure that's how the Fenty concealer came to be. She was concerned about our well-being and she was like, let me help my sisters out. And she sure did. She sure did because these concealers, bomb.com. Anyways, moving on. If you haven't already seen my Fenty review concealer on these, I'll leave it up in the card right here. But I go in and add my contour color because these concealers dry hella quickly, so I can't let my under eye concealer marinate. So I apply my contour first and then we go in and highlight. Now we're gonna move on to applying my concealer. I just apply it under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my upper lip area, my chin, and my forehead. Here's a little inquiry from my past self. Let's hear what I have to say. I was watching Alyssa Ashley's video and she doesn't use a beauty blender anymore. This is not her exact words, but what I got from what she said was that the beauty blender sucks up half of the concealer. I think she said that. And she said you can see like the little beauty blender marks, you know, like how the beauty blender has little holes in them when she was blending out her forehead. So my question is, anybody else feel like that? Because I don't see that. But I'm not on Alyssa Ashley's skill level of makeup artistry. You know, I'm not on her level. But if anyone feels like that, let me know. Because I was thinking about getting the smudge that she was using, which was the Joy Pot or something like that. The fuzzy one. I don't know. Just leave your comments or whatever down in the comment section and let me know if y'all feel like that too. Any suggestion will be very helpful. Anyway, back to the regular schedule programming. Back to our regular scheduled programming. Here I'm just taking my Sigma F80 brush, blending everything together before I go in and set. Next, we're gonna move on to set. So for these, I need two things. I need my Laura Mercier powder and my Covergirl Queen Collection powder in the color Q475. Here's another little Alyssa Ashley trick. She blows on her setting powder before she used it under her eyes. So I'm implementing what I've learned from her. And Laura Mercier is just that powder, okay? If you've never experienced Laura Mercier, I don't know what to tell you, sis. This powder is the business. I go really heavy around my mouth because that's where I tend to separate, and around my smile lines because, again, that's where I tend to crease. And then I set everywhere that I've highlighted, and then I take my Covergirl Queen Collection and I set everywhere that I did not set with my Laura Mercier Translucent powder. And then once I'm done with all that, without adding any more product to the brush, I just dust everything off. I make sure to dust every last inch of powder because flash photography is your worst enemy. Just saying, sis. Flash photography will testify against you in court. It will snitch on you, okay? And that's the tea, sis. Next, we're moving on to bronzer. I'm using this Morphe brontour, and we're just gonna add color back to this last face. And I also make sure to go ham on my forehead because God decided to bless me with a 5 head. And I also go ham on my jawline because this foundation doesn't match my body. So I put a little bit more extra product down there. Next, we're gonna move on to snatching the nose. Now, I know I have a couple of nose contouring videos, and no, I do not contour my nose like that no more because it takes too long. And no, I'm not going to do another video. Maybe if enough people ask me, I'll do one. But literally, a nose contouring video with how I contour my nose now will literally be like 2 seconds because I literally just use a powder. And that's about it. After I have snatched the 2 inches that is my nose, I have a short ass nose, I go ahead and clean up the sides of my nose. And I also go ahead and clean up underneath my cheeks. And that was pathetic. Let's try again. Much better, sis. Much better. I also go ahead and bake around my mouth because, again, that is where I tend to separate around my upper lip and chin area. And then we just need to make sure our smile lines don't crease. So I bake those too. Next, we're going to move on to blush. And I'm using this color from my 8C palette from Morphe. Love this color. So black girl friendly. It's like a nice, deep, and rich berry color. Absolutely gorgeous. I have been extremely into blush lately. So I go in, sis. I go in. But I'm letting myself bake a little. I go ahead and fix my brows. And this is where I go in with my ABH Ebony pomade. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
If you do your brows after your base, you would have to go in and fix.
No. Anyways. This tea smack. Classic blend by Tea Burner Company. Y'all did this with this tea. It's smack. Anyways, sis, we need to get our eyebrows threaded. They are thick.
Thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
To set my eyebrows, I'm just using this clear mascara from Maybelline. Love this stuff. I'm just dusting off the bake snatched. Next, we're moving on to my favorite part in my makeup routine. Did I mention this was my favorite? highlighter. I'm just taking my Better Luminizer from the Balm Cosmetics. This is literally the most black friendly highlighter that I've ever come across. Love it to death. So we want to look like we are radiating from within. We want to make sure that our highlighter looks like it's just melted into our skin, like pure butter. The first step in this is to set my face. Using our Ofra makeup fixture, that's literally my favorite setting spray of all time. Ofra knew what they were doing when they created that makeup setting spray. And look at me. Look at my stupid trying to use my hands. My hands are too small for this. I need the James Charles fan.
I
need to go buy it. As soon as our setting spray has dried, you know, it's a little bit tacky. That's when we go in and we apply our highlighter. And sis, look at how nice that looks. It just looks like I woke up like this. Look at it. Beautiful. Then I go in with my Fenty Mean Money Hustler Baby highlighter. I'm using Hustler Baby, and then I go above my lip, neck, inner corners of my eyes, underneath my brows, and then tip of my nose, and then the bridge of my nose. I use this highlighter because it leans more on the wider side than gold, so it shows up more and it brings those parts of my face out more. And then just to help marinate everything in, I take my damp beauty blender and I go in and I buff everything in. The bottom of this beauty blender is clean. That's also important. Taking the setting sprays of all setting sprays, the Ofra makeup fixer, and I drench my face. Drench. Y'all see how much powder I used? I make sure I go in with the setting spray, okay? Next, we're just gonna move on to lips, and for this, it's just your natural, everyday black girl lip combination. It's a brown lip liner that I got off of Amazon. I'll leave the link down in the description box below. And then a nude liquid lipstick. This is autocorrect from Colourpop. I go on top of that with my $1 beauty supply lip gloss. This is all clear. Oh, almost spilled. This is $1 from my beauty supply. It's just a plain old clear lip gloss. It's not sticky. It's none of that. And that's it, you guys. So here's me being extra with my slow-mos because I love editing slow-mos. They're just fun. So here we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to give this a big thumbs up. Leave any questions, comments, or concerns down in the comment section below. For the love of makeup and all things girly. Please subscribe and stay tuned for your girl's next video. Extraness on 10 today. Bye guys.